Hello and welcome to Living Out Loud with Ashley Stone. This is officially the third video now I've uploaded. So I'm going to go ahead today, our title, just jumping right into it, and thank you for watching, by the way. I think I'm going to take my glasses off because it's real reflecty, and I don't like seeing my reflectiness in the video. Okay, so if you don't know me by now, you know I say crazy shit, and I'm just myself, so I don't ever want to not be me. So I have notes. I did some research, and I have notes. You should be so proud. So we're going to talk about overcoming difficult emotions. Emotions are so hard to deal with. And with that being said, whether or not you're a recovering addict or you're just a normie, regular old person, dealing with emotions and dealing with what when life happens, man, and how we process it, that becomes the biggest part because it can make or break us. So let me go over a couple things here. So today we're going to talk about 6, count them with my nubby nub fingers because I don't have my nails done, 6 ways that we can overcome emotions that are just overcoming us. So it starts with mindfulness. So that's what we are really can't talk. Mindfulness is really what is at the heart of all of these reasons. So keep in mind, mindfulness is what we're talking about. So emotions happen like anger, confusion, fear, loneliness, sadness. A lot of times, when those things happen, we just react and then take care of whatever happens afterwards. So the first thing we're going to talk about is turning towards our emotions with acceptance. So whenever I'm feeling an emotion, I have to ask myself and tell myself, okay, I'm angry. This is anger. I'm feeling anger right now. Feeling frustrated. I'm feeling lonely, sad, whatever the feeling is. So become aware of the emotion and identify where you feel it in your body. So, when I'm angry, I feel angry. Where is my anger coming from? And I know this sounds really crazy. Oh, we're not going to go through. I'm telling you, this shit works. So I'm feeling angry. Where do I feel anger? Do I feel anger in my throat? Do I feel it in my head? Do I feel it in my stomach? Do I feel it in my feet? I mean, you could feel anger in different parts of your body. So that's what the first step is, number one, about how to overcome these difficult emotions. Whatever emotion you're having, we want to take the first step and turn towards the emotion with acceptance. Identify it, accept the emotion, and just identify where it's at in your body. Where do you feel that emotion? The second thing is identifying and labeling the emotion. To stay mindful, say to yourself, this is anger or this is anxiety. Don't say, and I know I just said it, but we're trying not to say, I am jealous, I am mad, I am angry, which is true in the moment. Yes, we are. But we want to identify that it's just a feeling. And the reason why we're just identifying it as a feeling is because we are going to find out here in a few moments that guess what? Feelings pass. Whatever you're feeling will pass. And that's the beautiful part of it. So first, we have to turn and accept it, find out where we're feeling it in our body. Second, identify and label the emotion. Identify and label it, okay? Before you react to someone, before you make a phone call, before you say or do anything you regret, identify it, where it's at in your body, and say it. Say it to stay mindful. This is anger. This is anxiety. You're not going to say, I am, because you don't want to be the anxiety or be the anger. You have to identify that it's emotion, and an emotion is separate from you, and it will pass. The third thing, I can't count. Yay! Oh, Lord, help me. The third thing is accepting our emotions. So it says here, don't deny the emotion. Acknowledge and accept it's there. So many times in life, we deny emotions, we bottle them down deep, and we ignore them. And when we ignore emotions, we know what happens. We end up taking it out on people. We end up shitting on people. When I say shitting on people, I mean treating people the wrong way, saying things we regret, hurting ourselves using drugs or alcohol or sex or gambling or something to that effect that is a negative attribute to try to cope with emotions. And at the end of the day, we may be high or drunk or lost money on a lottery ticket or whatever the fuck we did. But at the end of the day, we still have those emotions inside of us that we never dealt with. And it's going to keep on pouring out poison into your life. That's basically how I look at it. So accept these emotions, don't deny them, acknowledge them and accept they're there. So if I'm angry, I'm going to turn toward my anger and say, this is anger. I'm feeling it in my chest. I'm feeling it in my chest. I'm feeling anger in my chest right now. This is where I'm feeling it. Identifying it as anger, I'm identifying where I feel it. I'm staying mindful because I'm talking about where I'm feeling it at. I'm accepting it. You know what? I am feeling this way. This is an accurate feeling. I am 100% feeling it. Number 4, realize the impermanence of your emotions. Even if the emotion feels overwhelming, remember, like I said, it will pass. It will pass. And that is the most beautiful, inspiring, awesome fucking thing is no matter how you feel or what emotions you're going through in the moment, just breathe, identify it, and understand and know that it will pass. It will pass. It may hurt like a kidney stone sometimes, baby, but it will pass. You have to understand that and you have to know that. There's no way I would ever be who I am or where I am and excelling in life and truly, experience miracles in my life if I wasn't really trying to process the shit I'm going through because I've pushed it back and not dealt with it for so long. So in this past year and in this past 6 years of my journey, recovering from alcohol or drugs or codependency or bad relationships or abuse, all these things that I've overcame. And alcohol really wasn't ever my thing, but it was the point where if I did drink and I was with the wrong people and I kept on drinking, then I would pop some pills and do this and do that and drugs, people, things. The next day, what the fuck did I do? Yeah. So to prevent all that shit from happening, we have to learn how to deal with life on life's terms. And that's basically what this is. And being mindful in the moment, recognizing our feelings, why they're there, where we feel them at, and processing them. So, but like I said, number 4 is realizing the impermanence of it. They're not permanent. The feelings you feel and the way that you are processing everything is going to be so important in the future, because in the future, it's going to be 5 minutes from now and you're going to look back and say, sure glad I didn't go back and do or call that bitch out, because I'd be locked up right now because you don't know, turn me into the old me. We're older and mature now. We don't have to go backwards, okay? Number 5, we're going to round this down here. Number 5, inquire and investigate. Ask yourself, what triggered me? What triggered this anger? What triggered this sadness? What triggered this loneliness? Why do I feel this way? Ask yourself. Identify and ask ourselves. It's just like when I speak in the Women in Recovery group, we talk about triggers and things that, when we want to use or we want to pick up a drug or a drink or whatever, what is triggering us? We have to identify what's triggering it, okay? Number 6, let go of the need to control your emotions and be open to the outcome of your emotions and what unfolds. Be open to it. We have to be open and we have to be mindful and teachable. So with that being said, whenever you're feeling anger, confusion, fear, loneliness, sadness, discontent, whenever you're just feeling beside yourself and you just don't know what you're feeling, but it ain't good, look inside yourself and really reflect. Don't push the emotion down. Don't log on to Facebook or scroll through your timeline or post some stupid videos. Disconnect, turn your shit off, reflect to yourself, find out why you feel this way that you're feeling, identify it, and work through it and know that it's not going to last forever. And if you have things in your life that aren't going the way you want them to, or it could be better, etc., change it. Everybody has choices. And if you didn't see the video uploaded yesterday, which was the very first video I uploaded on YouTube, we all have choices. So if you don't like where you're at or what you're doing or who you are, change it. If you don't like who's around you and what's influencing you, change it. Delete and block people all day long. Toxic is toxic. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up, and those were some tips on overcoming difficult emotions. So I hope you share this, like, comment, subscribe, get down in there, press that that notification bell so you can be notified whenever we drop videos on Living Out Loud with Ashley Stone. I need to make a theme song.